Hey guys, this is Greg from NFG Customs, and today I wanted to give you a little rundown of the new UFC V2 three-way from Inception. These were just released like a week ago, and I got a ton of guys asking me, "Well, do I need to upgrade? You know, what's the big deal with these things? Why are they so great?" So first and foremost, if you have an original Inception UFC, these are great three-ways. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. But if you're looking to get a super, even shorter pull than before, you're going to want to get the V2. So if you're using like a gunfighter or you have a frame that has like a forward adjustment screw, I think the niche frames have those. So you can really really shrink down the trigger pull. So looking at these guys, they look pretty similar. About the only real difference here is toward the back of the three-way right after the barbs. This one has more of a pronounced slant. This is the version 1. The version 2 is straighter. So that rear exhaust port, you can kind of see there, there's not any metal kind of surrounding it. I don't know if you can really see that on the video or not. But you can see like the metal comes around the exhaust port. And I don't really think I don't know if that's a big deal or not. That might be a question I have to ask Simon. I kind of don't think so as a whole. Anyway, the real differences are inside. So one of the things that Simon did with this, aside from kind of cleaning up this back, is inside where these barbs screw in, these are now bore matched. So if you look at the size of the hole, if you were to take these barbs off on the V1, you would be able to look down in there and you could see that there was it was pretty much a straight shot. Now on the new version, the inside three-way, so the inside of the three-way is actually bore matched to the width of these barbs. So what that means is it's cleaning up a lot of slop in the three-way. So I did some pretty crude drawings here that we can kind of talk through a little bit. So this is the UFC version 1. And here I have my three-way rod here. And if you look at this, so just to kind of explain here, here's your barbs, and then these dotted lines kind of represent the width of the barbs, and then these solid lines here represent basically the hole that you're going to screw the barbs into, where the air is supplied, and then it's supplied, to the front of the ram and then the rear of the ram as the three-way actuates. So on the V1, if you look, these dotted lines they're well within the boundaries of these holes. So these holes on the inside where the three-way O-rings have to, basically what they rub against to create the seal, these are wider. So this is a much wider path than what it really needs to be. These dotted lines are, so basically the dotted lines are what kind of determine how the air is coming in and leaving the three-way. But you have these larger holes, so the O-rings have to seal against the body of the three-way. So when they slide, they have to go further. Now, on the new version, these interior walls are bore matched to the size of the barbs. So what that means is they only have to go a little bit. So your trigger pull only has to traverse, only has to traverse the width of the hole of the barb instead of probably pretty close to the entire width of the head of the barb. So it doesn't seem like much, but when you're dealing with a trigger pull, that can be quite a bit. It can feel like quite a bit. So now just to kind of expand on that a little bit, if you look here at the version 1, here we have our barb, and then we have our dotted line as we have before. These little squiggly lines here are the threads. And then this bottom section here represents where the O-ring is going to seat. So we're going to use my Sharpie here to represent an O-ring because it's kind of a good size for it, or a good shape rather. So an O-ring is not completely flat, it's rounded. And if you can get the very tip to seal against the wall, and it's going to, you know, slide back and forth across this hole as it releases air to either the front or the back barb to go to the ram. Now, if you can cut down that distance, you can make your trigger pull significantly shorter and still maintain a good seal. So the top is the original version. As you can see, there's a larger hole here. So essentially they would drill the hole, they would thread it as far as they needed to for the barbs. On the new version, they drilled a hole only so deep, and then they drilled a smaller hole here for the the smaller hole actually matches the width of the barb here, or the width of the opening of the barb. So that means a much shorter trigger pull. So as you can imagine, this translates to really, really fast three-way actuation. I haven't gotten into some of the other three-ways out there, as far as you know, the ones that are renowned for super fast shooting, but these things are quick. I put one of these on my own gun, and I timed it, and I had it timed, and the trigger set pretty short, and it was insane. I mean, it was really, really fast. And the nice thing is that the inside, the guts, are pretty much the same. So the barbs and everything, they're still the same distance apart, as you can see. But it's just that little bit of internal milling, how they change the inside of it, that is going to make all the difference. You still have your easy adjust thing on the front. You still have your nylon screws to keep your timing rod set there. So you still have all the great features that you've come to know in the V1. They're still there in the V2, and now you can make the trigger pull even shorter than before. So that's kind of the quick and dirty on the new version 2 Inception 3-ways. If you guys have any questions, or if you're looking to order one, feel free to shoot me a message. We do have 3-ways. We have pneumatic kits in stock. We have both version 1 and version 2 of the 3-ways in stock. All the rams that we have are the new version 2 rams with the removable plunger. So yeah. So give us a call if you need anything. You can shoot us an email at greg@nuclearpaintball.com, or you can hit us up on Facebook at the NFG Customs page, or the Nuclear Paintball page, and we will get you sorted. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.